Hey y'all, welcome back to Adventuring with Amanda. Thank you so much for being here. If you are new to my channel, welcome. In this video, we are talking about 14-day free dispersed camping in Tonto National Forest. We are specifically talking about camping in the northern Tonto National Forest area because it actually spans for 600,000 acres and begins in the Sonoran Desert at around 1,300 feet elevation. But Tonto National Forest goes up to the Mogollon Rim, which is about 7,900 feet in elevation. So I'm going to share some fun facts and information with you, activities to do in the area. And again, we are talking about free dispersed camping in the northern portion of Tonto National Forest. Let's get started. There is lots of free dispersed camping in Tonto National Forest just east of Payson, Arizona. It's about 20 minutes from town and about 10 minutes outside of Star Valley. In Payson, you will find a lot of amenities, grocery stores, Walmart, Home Depot, water, laundromat, all of those things that you need. So it is just far enough from town to get some quiet time and solitude, but close enough so if you need to go pick up some groceries, get some fuel or water, you can make a pretty quick trip into town. There are plenty of forest roads that you can traverse in Tonto National Forest. They're easy to find on Google Maps, or you can also use the app or website Campendium to find places that have cell service and are highly rated. There are also campgrounds. Most of them are primitive without hookups, but again, you can find out more on Google or Campendium. What I've noticed, however, is that you will definitely need levelers for camping up here. It's hard to find a flat space, so bring your levelers for your rig, otherwise you're going to be kind of crooked. Cell service can be hard to come by in Tonto. I have Verizon and generally I have about 3 bars of LTE. Sometimes it's great, sometimes it's not so great. If you have satellite or Starlink, just remember that there's a ton of tree cover, so it might be difficult to find an opening where your dish is not covered by trees. Just a few things to keep in mind if you need internet or cell service like I do when you're camping. There are some beautiful lakes in northern Tonto National Forest near the Mogollon Rim. My personal favorite is Woods Canyon Lake. You can actually rent kayaks there, fishing boats, paddle boats. It is such a fun lake. It's small, but you feel like you're in another place when you're there. So I highly recommend checking it out. There is 0 cell service there, like big fat X. But if you want to go fishing or get some activity in, I highly recommend checking it out. It is about 30 minutes from Payson. There is also Willow Springs Lake that is just another 5 minutes from Woods Canyon Lake. As I mentioned, Tonto National Forest is, of course, National Forest, which means you can camp for 14 days for free unless roads are closed, gates are closed. You can always check the government website, of course, to look at forest road closures and all of the information that you need. Campgrounds generally open in the area around April and are open until September or October, depending on weather, because northern Tonto does get snow. The wildlife in Tonto National Forest include Chihuahuas. Just kidding. We see a lot of elk up here and deer. There are coyotes, javelina, and apparently bears, but honestly in the 20 years I've been coming here, I've never seen a bear or known anyone to see a bear. There's also free-range cattle from time to time, but in terms of wildlife, nothing too crazy to look out for. Tonto National Forest, along with every national forest in Arizona, is highly subject to campfire bans and restrictions, especially as we get into the summer where it is very hot and very dry. So before you visit and start a fire, be sure to check the government Tonto National Forest website to ensure that you can indeed light a fire. I'd say that Tonto National Forest is at its peak weather in the month of April each year, where it's generally in the 70s and around 40 to 50 at night. March can also be really awesome, but this year it was actually pretty cold. By May, it's already warming up, and in my opinion, in June and July, outside the Payson area around 5,500 feet, the weather is just too hot to camp between 90 and 100 degrees. You will have to climb a little higher to find cooler temperatures. I hope that this video was informative and helpful. If it was, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and Wynston and I will see you next time.